Triple H, after SummerSlam went off the air, he shared his thoughts on Brock Lesnar's shocking WWE return at SummerSlam during the post show event. On Lesnar's return, he says, "My reaction was exactly what I thought it was going to be." Which is, if there had been a roof on this place, it wouldn't have been there anymore. The dynamic in the room, if you want to say, but that the dynamic in the room changes when the beast is here. And seeing Brock Lesnar come back, anything you thought was happening sort of all goes out the window because the factor of Brock now just changes that dynamic so incredibly and makes it unpredictable. So, yeah, just incredible. Incredible to have him back. On having conversations about ideal opponents for John Cena during his retirement tour, Triple H also said, "Yeah, I think as you're going to do doing this, you have an infinite number of dates on John Cena." So you have that number of big matches and big moments and incredible things you want to do, and you want to get to the majority of them. You can't get to everything, but as I said in the beginning, sort of for me, this is John Cena's wish list. It's him writing the last chapter of his book. And I think people saw a conversation with us where he said we've have to screw it up pretty badly to ruin his career. But it's not about that for me. It's about John being able to go out the way that he wants to write his chapter. I know that, like, as an opponent, as a performer, I know what it's like for everybody to feel that. And I think for John to be able to do what he wants to do, one of the very first things I said to him was, "Who do you want? Who do you want? And how?" And we're going to work through that. So basically, alluding to the fact that John Cena acts to face Brock Lesnar during his retirement run. But then the tune changed on Monday Night Raw, as Michael Cole said that Brock Lesnar was reached out to a number of weeks ago about a return to WWE TV. Michael Cole revealed on Monday Night's Raw that Nick Khan and Triple H revealed a bit of a timeline to Lesnar's return, switching it up from the original explanation. He said, "I had the opportunity to sit down with WWE President Nick Khan and WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque, and I asked them a simple question. When was it determined that Brock Lesnar would return to WWE? They told me they reached out to Brock a number of weeks ago and said, 'We believe it's time for him to come home.' Brock Lesnar said, 'Let's do it,' and here we are." Photographer Adam Glynn, though, he recently caught up with the former WWE Undisputed Champion John Cena, who commented on Brock Lesnar's return to the company at SummerSlam on Sunday night. Cena noted that it's a matter of WWE dealing out the cards, which he simply plays. John said on Brock's return, he says, "Well, I've been saying the same thing for 25 years. They deal them, I'll play them. I'm just really excited. I've got like 12 of these things left. I think SummerSlam was an indication from like the audience where everybody kind of knows where we're closing our book. And just because I close my book in December, that doesn't mean that WWE closes its books. They got to continue their programming going forward. So they're just trying to make the most exciting show for the fans, man. I just got a dozen left. They deal them, I'll play them." With regards on what he said to Cody Rhodes after their match at SummerSlam, Cena commented, "Well, if the world finds out about that, they won't find out about it from me because that's between me and him." Meanwhile, Janelle Grant's spokesperson issued a statement on Lesnar's return, saying, For far too long, abuse was allowed to thrive under WWE's leadership. Instead of righting this wrong, WWE has done nothing to ensure those responsible are held accountable. This attempt to sweep misconduct under the rug will backfire. We look forward to the full set of facts, including those about Mr. Lesnar, coming out in a court of law where they belong. But in the meantime, we refer you back to Janelle Grant's updated complaint, which outlines in detail the abuse she endured by McMahon and others while employed at WWE. So it sounds like to me that Janelle Grant's team is very confident that we're going to find out more about Brock Lesnar if this case gets to Discovery. In regards to John Cena and Triple H is the biggest coward piece of shit I've ever seen from leadership in any wrestling promotion ever. The fact that he tried to throw John Cena under the bus for his decision. You run everything. You have the final say on everything. You know how I know this? You said it in WWE Unreal, you coward piece of shit. How dare you try to put it on John? John just, I asked him what he wanted to face, and he told me this guy, so, I just give him what he wants. Like, I'm not saying that John Cena isn't complicit in anything regarding this. Like, he isn't responsible. He can say, oh, that would be a bad look PR-wise for me. I don't want to verse Brock Lesnar. He could definitely say that. Don't get me wrong. But for Triple H to throw someone else under the bus when you are the end-all, be-all, final say on everything in WWE, and you literally just did a fucking reality show about it. Yeah, like, it's been said before that your balls is in Stephanie McMahon's fucking pocketbook, but man, grow some new ones, because this is ridiculous. I have never seen a more inept leadership since Vince McMahon. And no wonder it's his son-in-law that I'm saying this about. Top Guy JJ, what do you think about the blame game between John Cena and Triple H this week?
I mean, I think you put it best. Very cowardly behavior. Very cowardly behavior. I mean, so now it's up to the talent on who they want to fight. Now it's up to the talent. Word? Deadass? So you saying that WWE talent has creative control? You deadass? like.
I didn't hear a big deal about that. Like Mercedes. What are you talking about?
Happen in 2025 where WWE talent has creative control on who they want to fight, whether they are or aren't active on the roster. Like word? Like, I'm just finding this stuff out, I'm about to go to my bosses right now and just let them know how I want my ship to be ran, because apparently, it's not up to the COOs, it's not up to the big dogs, it's up to us. It's up to the talent. It's up to us guys. It's up to you, Josh, how you want this show to be ran completely here on out. Like, just call the shots, dog. SP, if you run the schedule, you know what? No, you don't run no schedule, nothing.
Y'all tell me the schedule.
Like, it's hilarious that people are just batting eyes over all of the inept behaviors. And mind you, they just handed you a 5 crappy episode series to let you know how much power one person has. And now all of a sudden it's what he wanted. It's out of my hands. And then you go and double down on the shit on an episode of Monday Night. Since when in the history of Monday Night or WWE television have you seen them give an explanation for someone's return?
In kayfabe.
Like, when?
To me, this makes no sense unless John Cena said something about what Triple H said at the post-show. If John Cena said, you just passed the buck to me, and I'm going to do an interview where I'm like, nah, it's y'all. So maybe you should go on air and have an explanation, because that explanation made no sense otherwise.
I'm going to my boss tomorrow and letting her know that I need to work I need to work 3 days, have 4 days off. I need to just I need to call the shots. I need to go and call the shots, because that's what my CEO wants me to do. It's what I want. It's not what the engine wants. It's what I want. So I want to work less, get paid more, and then I want to work with the exact people that I want. It's making no sense because it makes no sense. Like, it's almost like hard to get mad at this because of how unbelievably stupid it is. But this is so up their alley, and he is literally just drinking the same Kool-Aid and the same steroid juice as his daddy. Because that's his daddy now. That's not even his father-in-law. That's his daddy. Because he is following the footsteps of his papa, but just in a different way. He's like a cooler version of his daddy. Like he'll spit water. He'll ask you, "Are you ready?" He'll ask you all that shit. He'll get in your mug and all of that, and he still has the genes of a professional wrestler. So he's a cooler presence of a papa. But we're getting papa behavior.
He's the cool dad. He's the cool dad.
To literally just eliminate people from asking questions on a press conference. Period. Like, period. just we don't let, and like they could have had a handful of media. That stage is big enough for them to have a handful of media people there to answer the questions in front of fans. You want to get really unreal, put those motherfucking people from the media there and have all those motherfucking fans there to respond to the shit that you're being asked. How about that? But nah. We need 75 square feet of space for like 3 cameramen when there's no action going to be happening at this press conference. You know, make it make sense. So, you know, let's just eliminate the questions. Let's just mishear what fans are chanting. Let's just completely ignore what the fuck people are actually asking for. You know. They're literally just telling you we're doing whatever the fuck we want and we don't care. All in tied to what just took place over this past week with them signing this nice lucrative contract that's just gonna squeeze more money out of the fans' hands. And there's gonna be motherfuckers that really pay for this shit. There's gonna be people that buy this shit because, you know, I gotta see my WWE. I gotta see my premium live events. They gonna get that FOMO and they gonna fucking click $29.99 subscribe to this ESPN shit. Fuck! Now I'm gonna start watching tennis. Now I'm gonna start watching golf. I'm gonna start watching podcasts of people I don't even give a fuck about. Because now I'm paying for this $30 subscription. Now I need to fucking make the most of it because I'm spending $600 a year to watch some premium live events. But people is gonna do it.
Indeed they are.
It's just hilarious, bro. Like, I swear to God, this shit is. Yo, I'm so grateful that I have the people and the links that I have because ain't no way on this motherfucking planet I'd be spending $600 a year on some ESPN subscription when I really only watch motherfucking Sports Center, maybe a couple episodes of Get Up in the Morning before I go to work, and Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
$30 a month, y'all.
I'm in like I'm in a little bit of shock, like how how egregious this was with Triple H with this throwing under the bus, and how quick John Cena was able to respond. I love it. I feel like John was in a group chat with The Rock, and Rock was like, "You got to nip this shit in the bud."
Yo, John,
he did this to me too. He did this to me too.
I love the fact that John Cena keeps talking about how many days. He's like, yo, I got 12 more of these joints and I'm fucking out of here. I'm fucking out of here, dog. I signed for this shit. I know what I signed up for. So I need to hold up my end of the bargain. But after these 12 motherfucking dates, you can't ever see me again.
Josh, what did you think about the blame game between Cena and Triple H this week?
I mean, hey man, it's his ego. We've been saying it for a long time. And it's just kind of funny because it's like coming in full circle where there was this big love affair for Triple H when WWE started turning things around and the shows started becoming better quality. People were they were in the front lines. They were they were sucking his dick a lot. He couldn't do no wrong.
Tua.
Right. And then even like when somebody like myself was giving criticism, someone like SP3 was giving criticism, we were called haters. Oh, you guys are just hating. You guys just hate WWE, right? And then now full circle, it's like we told you guys this whole time what we were gonna see. We were gonna get a man who was gonna ego stroke, and now his ego has become so massive that he can't even take any fault, any blame for anything that he's decided to do, decisions that he's made. And the fact that, he's doing that, it's not really surprising to me, but it's one of those things where it's like, we told you guys, this is who Triple H is. So for him to throw John Cena under the bus. This is second. How many times has this man lied alone this year? How many times? I think we should do
caught in a lie. He get caught in a lie too.
Honestly, I think we should legit do a stream of like pointing out how many lies that he's done alone in 2025. That's how many times he's been caught on his bullshit. We saw it with the truth situation. Like we saw it with that alone, and then now this is just like, bro, like if you're making decisions, the fact that you want all the praise when things are going good, and then you want none of the criticism, that just tells me who you are. I think it's one of those things where to me it's not becoming frustrating, but it's one of those things where if people are gonna try to sell me on this bullshit with Triple H, I'm gonna tell them like, yo, he's lying to your fucking face, and you guys are just too fucking stupid to see that. Like he's playing with y'all, and yet y'all don't even say nothing because you're getting what you want as fans. Hey, we're getting a better show. I mean, it hasn't been that great this year, I'll tell you that much. But if you want to believe that, you can believe that. That's fine. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's mind-blowing. It's honestly mind-blowing that, he cancels the press conference on the second biggest weekend of your company. You decide to cancel it, right? And then we know why you canceled it. We know why. And then the fact that you even said, hey, we're bringing it to the fans, you had your backs turned to the fans for that thing. So it's like that shit didn't even matter to me. It didn't matter. But then the fact that you have like this panel, obviously it's not their fault. They're doing their job. So I really don't want to be hard on them. But we also got to remind ourselves that this is WWE script questions. When he comes out, oh, we have like, the man that does it all. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be here. And then you have these fucking softball ass questions being asked from, the writers who write the questions for the people to ask Triple H on the panel. Why? Because that's their boss. So they can't ask any real tough questions. I think all of it is bad. I just think it's one of those things where it's like, I want to say it bothers me, but then it's like, this is what they're gonna do. This is the norm of WWE at this point.
Exactly.
So it's like you could be upset. We could be here. We could be angry. We could be upset. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you, hey, don't watch anymore. I watch because of the podcast. I still watch WWE because, if I want to give my real thoughts, my real perspective, I want to watch what I'm giving my criticism for. I don't want to be one of those people they're going to shit on the product without watching it. So I'm still doing my due diligence. But then also I do support a lot of the talent. I'm talent first when it comes to anything. So there's somebody that it's wrestling on TV that I like, I'm still gonna watch it no matter what. In that regards, but everything that's been going on with WWE and their direction, in a sense, their direction of where they're going as a company. I just haven't. I haven't really been feeling it. Obviously, I'm gonna have my takes. I stand by them. There's some people who, if they want to debate me, you could debate me. You're probably gonna lose, but I stand by how I feel about what's been going on, and this whole thing with Triple H is an indication of where the company's going.
I think my take of 2024 being the last great Triple H creative year is probably one of my greatest takes ever. At this point, we're 8 months in. We're 8 months in to 2025, and the level of criticism and stuff he's gotten wrong, creative wise, PR wise, and everything in between, is just like, that might be my greatest take ever, because I saw the signs. The signs were there at the end of 2024 of what we were going to get in 2025, and it's just become more and more clear who they are as a company, what they're being led by with TKO, them getting closer and becoming more like UFC. Their overall I don't give a fuck attitude towards fans and the decisions that they make and the optics of it all. Like,
yeah, and it's a good thing that you did mention about the UFC thing, right? Because I've been saying it for a long time. With the UFC has become full blown MAGA. When you watch a UFC event, it kind of just feels like a MAGA rally at this point. They've been doing it for years, ever since the pandemic. Obviously, they're like the main sports thing that was still running. Obviously, because of who's the president, Dana White, and it basically took the company off because of that. And the fact that they're going right now. I'm not saying I don't support their views, but in a way, I could respect the fact that the UFC, they made it known what they are. They're MAGA, they're Trump supporters. They bring Donald Trump to their shows all the time. I could respect that they've pulled the curtain and they were like, hey, this is who we are. With WWE, the problem with that is that WWE, they're trying to play both sides of the spectrum. They want to tell us, hey, we're not a political company. We don't do that. Yeah, this year alone, you're showing what you are. I think that's, for me, it comes off scummy, because it's just like, don't fucking lie to me in my face. We know what you guys are. And for me, the first indication,
don't spit in my face and tell me it's raining.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, the first indication of that was like probably that first Netflix show. And then we had the month of February. They didn't even promote Black History Month. And for me, that's where the direction, like, for me, it was like, all right, this is what we're going to get with them.
They didn't promote Black History Month. They didn't promote Pride Month. They just...
Yeah. And that's the direction they're going, right? And for me, it's like, if that's what you're going, fine. But don't try to play both sides of the table and pretend that this is not a thing while doing the thing. You know what I mean?
We got a couple of super chat donations we should get to. We got Call Me Mr. Bonda talking about SummerSlam, saying Kobe Lopez is my hero with the trophy emoji and smile emoji. Seth Rollins completing the ruse of the century. We'll talk more about Seth when we get into Monday Night Raw, but thank you, Call Me Mr. Bonda. We also got our boy Valab, who sends a super chat donation. He says, damn, brother, take my money for having to suffer through this conversation. I see you almost every week on Tuesdays for Rated Raw review. Yes, we appreciate that. We appreciate that, Vala, for your support, and I know Top Guy JJ does, especially with this as well. Call me Vala and Call Me Mr. Bonda, showing love to Top Guy JJ, saying my apologies to Top Guy JJ. Pray emoji.
Listen, my plan just didn't work, man. That's what happens when you try to go unscripted. Shit just happens to fall right into the unfortunate place. And this is exactly where we land. It's like, when you try to like show up late to a party, right? It's like when you try to show up late to a party on purpose, and they be like, this shit gonna be jumping at like 11 o'clock. and it's gonna be over at like 2. So you gotta get there at like around like 11:30, 12. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna show up there like 1 so I can show my face. So I can show face and then go the fuck home. The shit is just getting started at like 1 o'clock. It's just getting started. Like niggas is filing in. Like, oh, we about to get cracking, cuz. Now I'm stuck here for like a 3-hour bullshit fucking interaction that I did not want to be a part of. And here the fuck we are, back to back. Brock Lesnar and stupid ass Vince Helmsley shit.
Vince Helmsley! Holy shit!
Well, that's a new name. Oh, that's good.
That's the new name. Vince Helmsley. That was good. That was good. That's one of your best lines. Vince Helmsley. We got another super chat.
Thanks.
Got another super chat donation here from Volop. Thank you so much, Volop, for the support. He says, "Wait, I get to call him a neutered Paul again after 2 years. I am vindicated. Flawed Paul, neutered Paul, bald fraud, whatever you want to call him, Vince Helmsley." It's not a good week for Triple H. Not a good week for WWE PR wise. But they don't care. They don't care.
How many times on this podcast have we? And I promise every fan that is watching and every person that we are not WWE haters. Fuck, this is what the fucking podcast has been built on. There was no AEW when this podcast started. We just call it like we see it. And God, them pulling back the curtain has exposed them in ways that has like, whoa. Like, it's like, it feels like every week or every other week, there's some bullshit going on with these people. Like like we just can't get through. We can't get through a 3-week period where it's like we're talking about wrestling, we are talking about how good or bad a show is, and then we move on to the next week. There is always like 90 minutes of packed bullshit that this place does, and it's like headline bullshit. It's like It's not even like, oh, this is just some shit that's just being found. No, this is shit that pretty much anybody that is a wrestling fan fucking knows about or is aware of, or is like, damn, I can't wait to hear them talk about this shit because they know it's coming. It's like they know the bullshit is coming.
One more for us here. We got a new member of the channel, Billy Lee. Thank you so much, Billy Lee. Feel free to comment in the live chat. We love to highlight the comments from any of our members of the channel. You can hit the join button, $1 a month, make you a member. You get exclusive in-chat perks, you get exclusive content, and we always appreciate that kind of support as well. And a lot of people are enjoying your Vince Helmsley new nickname for the game.